It's been fascinating to me how well the catalog industry has done because they have made a science out of customer service. I did a program one time for a company, and the manager said to me, it was a customer service program, and the manager said to me, we want our people to be like LL Bean. LL Bean, that's interesting, I thought. And they wanted and it was customer service, telephone, a service, and so forth. And I thought to myself, I've got to do a little research here. So I called the top 10 companies in our area, right out of the Business Journal. And each of the people answering the telephone, I asked the same question. I said, you know, I'm putting some programming together, and I'd like your opinion. I'm curious, how much training did you have to answer the telephone for your top 10 company in this area? I actually had one person say to me, let me connect you to somebody else. I had another person say to me, oh, let me think back on the switchboard back about 20 years ago. And that was the type of response I got from the top 10 companies in the area that I called. I then called LL Bean, and all I had was the ordering number. I said, you know, I've been asked to train people to respond as good as the LL Bean customer service people. And I said to the woman, I wondered if you'd be so kind to answer a couple of questions for me. How long are you trained to answer the telephone for LL Bean? She said to me, we are trained for 80 hours before we touch a telephone. We get 2 hours a month, 24 hours a year in customer service. And we are monitored once a month. I said, oh, do they tell you when they're going to monitor your calls? Oh, absolutely not. And they take complaints very seriously. Now, the whole time this young woman was telling me this, she gushed with pride, which is not exactly something we see everywhere we go, is it? And I learned from that experience that you cannot get out what you don't put in. I suppose we all have a little common sense and gut instinct about how we ought to answer the telephone. But does that measure to the level of skill that LL Bean people have developed? No.